Let's start with a question that kind of breaks everything we think we know. What if the universe expanded twice as fast? And I don't mean just a little bit quicker. I mean a fundamental doubling of cosmic speed, right from the get-go.
And this quote, wow, it really nails the vibe of this whole thought experiment. We're not just talking about galaxies flying apart faster. We're imagining a cosmos that's just fundamentally impatient, a universe that literally sprints through its own existence, leaving zero time for all the slow, delicate stuff that ended up creating, well, us.
All right, so first up, let's really try to get our heads around what this cosmic overdrive would actually look like. This is a universe where the entire tempo of existence is just permanently stuck on fast forward. And that image of sparks from a fire, it's perfect for picturing the sheer violence of it all. You can forget about the gentle cosmic drift we're used to. In this universe, the expansion is so aggressive, it's like it tears the fabric of space apart before anything even has a chance to get started. It's a universe that's just way too impatient for the delicate business of creation.
So let's rewind. All the way back to the very beginning, the first tiny fractions of a second after the Big Bang, and see how this crazy new speed just completely wrecks the recipe for a universe filled with stars and galaxies.
See, the thing about our own universe's beginning is that it was this incredible tightrope walk. Yeah, it expanded furiously, but it was just slow enough to avoid collapsing back in on itself while also letting matter start to clump together. That balance, that was everything.
But in this fast universe, that balance is just gone, shattered. The primordial fire of the Big Bang is followed by an expansion so violent that it triggers a sudden deep freeze. Space stretches out so fast that all the brand new particles, the building blocks of everything, are just flung apart before they could ever connect. They never get to form even the simplest atoms.
So the universe would basically be stillborn. Instead of getting seeded with hydrogen and helium, the fuel for stars, it would be left with this cold, thin, and permanently dark fog of lonely little particles. Creation would fail before it even truly began.
But hey, let's just pretend for a second. Let's say, against all odds, a few simple atoms did manage to form. Well, now we hit the next fatal problem. The universe becomes this cosmic tug-of-war where gravity, the great sculptor of the cosmos, just doesn't stand a chance.
And this is where you really see the difference. In our universe, gravity grabbed onto these tiny little density differences from the Big Bang, and, over billions of years, slowly pulled matter together, weaving this beautiful, intricate cosmic web of galaxies we see today. But in the fast universe, that relentless expansion would just smooth all those ripples out, like stretching a canvas until it's completely blank.
I gotta say, I love this analogy because it gives you such a clear picture, right? The rich, complex structure of our cosmos would be replaced by something faint, sparse, and almost featureless. Gravity just wouldn't get enough time to do its job.
So what's the end result? Well, the numbers kind of speak for themselves. Instead of hundreds of billions of galaxies, you might get a few lonely, scattered clusters. Just an unbelievably empty place.
And all of this physical emptiness, well, it leads to something even deeper, something almost philosophical. A universe defined by this profound cosmic loneliness.
So let's try a little thought experiment. Imagine you're a super intelligent being living in one of those rare clusters. You build a telescope, you point it at the sky. What do you see?
And the answer is pretty chilling. Almost nothing. The sky would be nearly pitch black. Sure, you'd see the stars and galaxies of your own little local cluster, but beyond that, just darkness. The light from any other distant clusters would have been stretched into total invisibility by that ferocious expansion.
The consequences of this are just huge. For these beings, the universe would seem totally static and eternal. They'd have absolutely no evidence of a Big Bang, no way of knowing they shared a cosmic origin with anything else. They'd be trapped in this little bubble of ignorance, and their cosmic horizon would actually shrink over time, cutting them off from everything else forever.
And that right there, that's the ultimate tragedy. The entire story of the universe, its beginning, its history, would be erased by its own expansion. All that information, all that memory, just lost to the void. It's a cosmos with amnesia.
Thinking about this bleak, empty alternative, it actually brings us to our final and, I think, most important point. It forces us to look back at our own universe and really appreciate its most underrated quality, its slowness. Our universe appears to be fine-tuned. The expansion rate is perfectly balanced on this incredible knife's edge.
A little slower, and it would have all collapsed back in on itself. A little faster, and we get that empty void we just talked about. We happen to live in the perfect cosmic sweet spot.
And the benefits of this slowness? Well, they're literally everything we see around us. It's what gives gravity enough time to build galaxies. It's what allows stars like our sun to have these long, stable lives, and maybe most importantly, it provides the billions of years needed for chemistry to create planets, for life to evolve, and for consciousness itself to emerge.
So when you really get down to it, the universe's patience is the whole reason we exist. It's the key ingredient that allows for complexity, for memory, for meaning to even have a chance to take root. It's not a flaw, it's a gift.
And that brings us to this really beautiful final thought. In that faster, emptier universe, there would be no one around to even ask the question, what if? The fact that we are here, in our slowly expanding cosmos, able to wonder about it all, well, that's maybe the most profound answer there is.